stadium rankings, guys. This was a interesting deal, and it's always these lists have become blows to Nebraska fans as the program has struggled since 2016. No bowl game since 2016. They came out with a EA Sports toughest college football stadiums to play. Memorial Stadium in Nebraska did not make the top 25.
Huh. Well, Nebraska's, I mean, I got them in the college football playoff era at 34 and 31 on the home field. Now think about that record. You can't put them
barely above water.
Yeah, you can't put Nebraska in a top 25 at 30.
Well, Michigan's 16th. So that kind of puts in perspective how hard this is. I mean, Iowa's 20th.
Camp Randall, way overrated, by the way. Wow. 7? You've been there. That place isn't that big of a deal.
At night it is.
Yeah.
I will say, like, why is Michigan State 22?
Yeah,
that Nebraska is a much tougher place to play than Michigan State. Like, I would put Mississippi State's at 25. I mean, the cowbell noise alone makes that hard.
Yeah, and like, you know, a lot of it goes back to if you have a good team, your home field is going to be a tough place to play inherently. So, like, that's where you get Alabama, Georgia, and the SEC environments are different in a lot of ways. That's why the majority of the list is SEC teams. But with Nebraska and why they're not in this conversation right now, I mean, obviously the lack of team success has a big part of it, but I think another issue for me is just I don't know what Memorial Stadium wants to be right now. Like, they're trying to do everything. They're trying to, you know, do new age stuff and like appeal to recruits and modern fans while also honoring the past with all these, you know, relics of, you know,
Irish song.
But yeah, that sort of thing. And then like then there's the corporate influence where like they have to do like, instead of playing a song to get teams fired up, they have to do the, you know, whatever company guess the song game or something like that, you know, like it. And I think they're just trying to just hodgepodge that atmosphere to where like a lot of these teams, they don't need to do things like that because they have an identity of what their home field is, what the game day experience is. And I think Nebraska needs to get back to just narrowing the scope of what a game at Memorial Stadium is all about.
Call me crazy. I don't think it's even necessary for like the PA announcer at Memorial. They just started doing this recently to do the third down. I mean, like, that does not need to be done at Nebraska.
I love that, by the way.
Like, I do. It's manufactured. Like,
it's kind of cool.
I mean, you can just say it's third down. Like, you don't need to, like, I mean, to the point where Kirk Ferentz like stopped the game a couple times because, you know, the third down. I mean, it was like an opera singer singing third down for like 25 seconds.
There's an idea. Have an opera singer, a real opera singer. I mean, that's hey, hold on, Sean. Is Autzen Stadium on here?
Yes.
Where's it at?
Like 11th or 12th?
11.
That's a no-brainer to me. You guys have been to a lot of these stadiums, so you can speak authoritatively on this. Autzen was really hard, I thought. Not because it's big and there's a ton of people. I think it's about 50,000+, but it struck me as very difficult. Kinnick Stadium is tough. Fans are right on you. Darrell K. Memorial Stadium, Texas, not tough. Surprised it's on that high. They don't even. I mean, they're probably selling out now.
It's over 100,000.
They got it. I know, but it doesn't. It's just kind of blah. Yeah,
these are interesting. These lists are impossible.
That generate discussion. Though.
I mean, Ohio State though at night, that's as hard as you're going to see. Penn State at night.
Those two. God. Sean. Okay, now you said something that makes sense. Ohio State at night and Penn State at night, no doubt, rough duty for a visiting team. That game when they had Jamal Lord quarterback, and it was a whiteout, and Larry Johnson ran wild, and Jamal was, I think it was his first road game, I think, as the starter, and he was wide-eyed. He was not, Jamal, God love you. If there's a fan in this world of Jamal Lord, the #1 fan's probably sitting right here, but he wasn't ready for that. I don't know how many.
Well, and think about, like, there weren't a lot of environments like that in the Big 12. Penn State, and that was one of Penn State's first night games. They didn't have night games.
Oklahoma at night, though, was tough. Oklahoma at night is rough duty too.
Rarely did that get. It started to get played at night a little bit towards the end of the series, but it didn't feel like they had a night history.
No. No, and night adds to about any stadium, just some more than others. And gosh, those two, Sean, you identified Penn State and Ohio State, rugged.
I
now,
still
they're
think
good
Wisconsin, when they're good at night, like
I don't see it there.
You're pretty quick to dismiss that.
the 2011 Wisconsin-Nebraska game at night was one of the toughest environments I've ever seen.
On the other hand,
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree, Sean.
we've been there when they don't even, when it's deer hunting season.
Well, how much of that has to do with Nebraska?
A little bit.
Nebraska hasn't won there in over a decade.
Yeah,
They've never won there.
No, this just
in
doesn't
Madison.
strike me as a tough place to
Never.
play at all, really.
Hey, Lane Stadium, when Rob, I know you were there too, but Rob and I went out. That place was loud.
Lane.
We went there in
Oh God, yes.
09. Remember, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tough place. Tough place to play. Loud, ornery, on you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and they have the what is it? Enter Sandman intro. That's probably like the best intro in all of college football.
Robin and I, like, I don't know why we did this, but we went, like, we wanted to go see the stadium. I don't know if it was doing Channel 6 TV. We go in and like, oh, the stadium, there's a walkthrough going on. It was like the gates were open.
Yeah, we walked in with Tyrod Taylor.
And we watched Virginia Tech's.
I need to hear this.
We watched Virginia Tech's special teams walk through, but there were other people in there. It wasn't just us.
Did you get escorted out?
No.
And then Beamer was not happy. Like that two Nebraska reporters were in there, like, watching their walkthrough.
We talked to him afterwards.
We interviewed him. We interviewed him afterwards. Then we went to Bud. Was it Bud Wilkinson?
No, their defensive
Bud
coordinator.
Bud Foster.
We went to his. He had a bar
Steakhouse.
steakhouse. I use the word steakhouse very loosely. I wouldn't call it much of it was more of a glorified Chili's. We ate at
the
Bud.
hokey mob on you here.
The place closed down. It's not even open anymore.
It wasn't very good.
No, but we went to his steakhouse there. But yeah, we got Beamer on us after that game, and that I still can't believe Nebraska lost that.
Well,
game.
and that's like they were doing their walkthrough, but a lot of that was like their special teams install, and you know what, Beamer ball with special teams, that's a big deal for them. And here's just two opposing media members watching their entire walkthrough.
Total yahoos.
What's up, Tyrod?
Ross Jernstrom was there with us, though,
with his camera.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Didn't help Nebraska.
So Nebraska lost.
Well, that was the game where they had a coverage bust.
Yeah, safety bust. Right, safety bust.
It was deep thirds, and one of the Matt O'Hanlon jumped up, and then they got over the top of him, touchdown, or they got inside. And I mean, that was the game where you really realized how good Sue was.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyrod Taylor, who's an NFL starting quarterback for many years, looked lost.
Mm-hmm. God, should have won that. Nebraska should have closed that game down. That was uncomfortable in the post game because Carl Pelini had to kind of explain what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Bad memories.